Hi guys, welcome back. In this lesson we will be creating our dashboard. So in the previous lessons we created all the charts that we will be using to create our dashboard. So now the first thing that we need to do is click on the tab for creating a new dashboard. It is this one over here. Okay, as you'll see it says dashboard 1. We can rename that later. So on the left hand side you can see we have all the charts that we have created, and now all we need to do is just drag and drop them into this interface. But right now you can see the size is quite small. So what we want to do is we want to extend the layout to fit any screen that we will be using. So right now it's only taking a portion of my screen. I want the dashboard to be able to scale to fit any screen. So over here you'll see it says size. So let's click on this drop down. So right now it has a fixed size, so we want a automatic size. So automatic will allow the dashboard view to scale with my screen. So you can see now it fits my entire screen. That's what we want, and you don't need to specify a specific size. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to start dragging all of our charts over. So we'll start with the earthquake map, and we can just take that and then drag it over. Okay, so as you can see we have our predicted quakes. Alright, and then you can see the difference between the shades of blue, which is the color palette that depicts the intensity of the earthquake. Okay, great. And now the next thing that we need to do is we need to drag the next chart, which will be the number of earthquakes by year. So let's select that and we can drag it underneath. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just move this over to increase the size of the sidebar. Okay, so that everything is visible. Right, so all of our legends will be on the side. Right, so this will act as our sidebar. So all the information that we want to see on the graphs we can view on the side. So all the legends will be over here. Okay, and the next thing that we need to do is drag the third chart, which is our magnitude plot, and we can drag this right next to our scatter plot. Okay, so now we have the number of earthquakes by year alongside the maximum and average earthquake magnitude for each year. Okay, so now we can make the bubble plot or scatter plot smaller to create some space. Okay, and the next thing that we need to do is finally drag our donut chart. So select that, we'll be dragging it next to our magnitude chart right over there. So we can just make that a bit smaller. We don't need that much space for the donut chart. Okay, and then we can just drag this down to create a bigger map view. Okay, great. So now we have a fantastic dashboard that we can use. Right, so we have all the information that we want on our earthquake analysis. Right, so we have predicted the earthquakes for the year 2017. Right, and we have created our earthquake prediction map, and we also have the number of earthquakes for each year, and we can see that we have a color palette that depicts the darker the shade of green, the least number of earthquakes there is, and then as you go over to the darker blue color, you can see there are more earthquakes for that year. So you can see here is the year with the most number of earthquakes according to our data set, which is the year 2011, and that is depicted by a darker blue color, and the lighter blue color for I think the second largest number of earthquakes according to our data set. And then as you can see we have for each year we have a different shade of green and blue. Okay, so we also have our stacked bar chart where we display the maximum and the average magnitude value for each year. So that's the magnitude of the earthquake, that's the maximum, and then if you hover down, it is the average value. So we can see the average plotted alongside the maximum. And again, in 2011, the year in which the most number of earthquakes occurred, we can see that it also has the greatest earthquake magnitude of magnitude 9. So that must have been quite a rough year. And we can see we have a donut chart that we have created for our earthquake dataset, and we can see that there's a small minority of our data that is actually nuclear explosions. The rest are just standard earthquakes. Okay, so yeah, so this is it for this course. Thanks a lot for tuning in, but before we go, there's one more thing that we need to do, is just rename our dashboard tab. So we can just call that EQ dashboard. Okay, that's fine. And then also Control S just to save what we have done. Okay, and then if we want to do some extra analysis for whoever wants to see what's going on with our predictions, we can use some of the tools that are provided for us. We just select this tool so I can drag around. Okay, and then we can also use the search functionality. If I want to see all the earthquakes that we have predicted for the Fiji region, for instance, it will take us there, and we can see the earthquakes around that region, and as well as the places, right? So they all fall under Fiji. So we can do our earthquake analysis with this dashboard that we have created. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this course and that it has helped you learn a lot about this powerful tool called Tableau, as well as how to combine the different technologies that we've used to build meaningful applications. And you are welcome to extend the application to your needs. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.